part 2 of doing a full beat down flawless beat with only drugstore products. Sorry I had to make you come back. Okay, so like I was saying before TikTok rudely cut me off, I take my pen and I do a line across the very bottom, and then I kind of just do like strokes going upwards, kind of to mimic an eyebrow hair. This is a patience process because you have to really be patient with it and take it slow and not just like do a really harsh line, because you want it to look real. You want it to look classy. After I fill it in, I kind of just take this again to it and kind of just brush up where I went, just to make it look more natural. Then I take my NYX brow glue and I'm going to just put that in there. A lot of people do this before, but I don't know, I just don't like doing it before. I feel like the pencil doesn't go on right after you put this in there. That angled concealer brush with that on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna go in and literally carve out my brow. And then just gonna tap that in with my beauty blender. And then I'm gonna set that with a little bit of the loose powder on a puff. And again, you don't want it to be crazy, so I just take the excess off on the back of my hand, and then I'll pat it in there. Okay, then for eyeshadow, we're gonna be using the Milani Gold Glided Milani Glided Mini palette in the shade It's All Rose. And I'm gonna go in with this light pink here. It's kind of like a transition shade with a big fluffy brush. And I'm just gonna kind of do windshield wiper motions with that, just to get that into the crease. Her pink shade right over that lighter pink, just to build that crease up. Okay, and then once we have that deep crease that we want, I'm gonna go in with the same concealer that I used for my under eye, just because it's brighter. And I'm just gonna kind of do not a super crazy cut crease. Say that 5 times fast. And then I'm gonna go in with just my finger in the white shade and go over right where I just put that concealer. This can be hard too if you have nails on, but I try to get in there the best I can, and then I'll clean it up with a brush. But I have found that using your finger is literally the best method for this, because you don't lose any of that pigment like you would. Okay? And then we're going to go in with our shimmer shade. I think I'm going to use this gold. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go in with my finger, get a pretty good amount on there, and then I'm just going to tap it in right over top of that. Okay, then I'm going to go in with the darker shade of pink. I'm just gonna kind of create a little bit of a wing. Okay, then I'm just gonna take my fluffy brush with that same dark pink color and kind of just like smoke it out and really blend that in there so that you can't tell. Then I like to take that same dark pink shade and just take it across my lower lash line, just to kind of pull the look all together. I'm gonna go in on my under eye with the Jumbo NYX pencil. Okay, so for the Jumbo NYX pencil, I like to use it because it just makes my eyes look bigger, and I have like small eyes, so I don't know if you can tell the difference or not, but it looks good. And we're just gonna do a light layer of mascara. Then I'm going to be using the Kiss So Wispy Lashes. I'm going to put those on real quick. Okay, I just put my lashes on. And now for my favorite part, we're going to do lips. I'm going to go in first with the Maybelline Lifter Liner and the shade On It. This lip liner is seriously so good. And I kind of like drag it up the sides right here and then down the sides. Okay, then we're going to go in with the L'Oreal Color Rich in shade 105, Le Nude. And then I'm just going to mix my lips together. I also want to take kind of like the same flat concealer brush that I use for my concealer and just kind of mix it in to where it doesn't look like crazy. Then I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in shade Silk to top it off. That is such a pretty lip. Okay, and then to set it all in, we're going to go in with the Glow On Glock Setting Spray by Hard Candy. I'm running out of time. So I like to use this as my wet setting spray, and then I'll go in with the L'Oreal Infallible to set it all in. Okay, so like I was saying, if you were at the beginning of part 1, I said, if you don't think, I don't think you can do a full face, full beat with drugstore product.